Hi guys, so I forgot to mention my name on the last video because I was extremely nervous. Call me Ryza, it's my typical game name and my anime name. You can find my videos for anime review under Ryza28. So if you like my reviews, then mention to your friends, tell them to search Ryza28. Um, so I want to go on about my first anime review on Shaman King, and I have decided that if the anime is too long or more than say 40 like 35 episodes, which typically they aren't, but if they go above that, then I will split it into two parts, or more, depending. Say like One Piece or Naruto, they have hundreds of episodes. So I'll definitely just split them into parts. Like One Piece has over 900 episodes and several movies. So that would be kind of hard to put a lot into one single review, at least from the way I want to do reviews. Disclaimer right now, if you're watching my review and you have not seen the video or the anime and you do not like spoilers, please do not watch my review and go watch the anime first. And then come back and find me and see my review. So I want to split this up. Shaman King is kind of an older anime. It first aired on July 4th, 2001. And it currently has 64 episodes. Of course, it's not going to get any more, it's old. It's one of the first anime that I started watching, and it's one of my absolute favorites. Even though, no, even if it's because it's one of my first, it's not. It's honestly one of my favorites. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do. This is episode 1 through 32 that I'm gonna talk about now. I'm gonna start off with, of course. Okay, I'm just gonna start off with my favorite characters. So Yo Asakura is, of course, one of the main characters and one of my favorites. He is a very kind-hearted person, and I feel like I relate to him a lot because he has this very big, optimistic outview on life. No matter what he goes through, no matter kind of battles he goes through, no matter people who fight, he fights. He always looks to the brighter side of things. He looks into the good of people. He becomes friends with them, basically. He never gives up, which I think is the key to a lot of anime that any anime has, is never give up. He just, it doesn't matter what you do, he finds a way to see the good in the thing. So another one of my favorite characters is Lin, Lin or Lenny, and his ghost Basan. Oh, I forgot. Yo Asakura has Amidamaru. That is his ghost that he goes around. And then there's Lenny and Basan. So Lin, at first, he's very bad. He's very evil, but you have to understand why. He comes from a very bad family, and you will learn more about that as you watch his kind of background. He is still loyal in his own way, but he has it driven through his head, kill or be killed. So of course, if that is driven through your head since a very young age, you will destroy so you won't be destroyed. So he just tries to destroy everything. So I'm going to take a step back here and let you know what Shaman King is actually all about. So I mentioned Ghost, of course, Amidamaru, and Basan. And Shaman King, it is basically what I just said. It's about these people who have a special connection to spirits, and they can see the spirits, and they can be able to take their form and put it into their bodies and be able to use the power. So Midamaru is like a samurai. He uses swords, and Basan uses a I want to say pike or a staff. I'm not sure what you guys would call that. There's a lot of different names for it. But then he of course comes from different eras and everything. So any ghost that is a ghost of the afterlife you can use, and you can have their powers and be able to use their powers. So like say you've never taken taekwondo before and you know next to nothing about it. You possess the spirit of a taekwondo master, and you have his movements, you have his powers, his knowledge, everything. Your body will be able to do all that, even though you personally don't know anything about that. And the whole goal of this anime is to fight into this 500-year-old like battle. Every 500 years, there's this battle to become the Shaman King, to be able to possess and befriend the great spirit that has tremendous power. And there's an evil guy, of course. Who doesn't have an evil guy? He wants to take that spear and he wants to destroy the world. So it's all about the journey of Yo and his friends and becoming stronger to be able to battle the evil guy, which is there's a secret behind the evil guy that I don't want to exactly spoil for you guys. So I'm just gonna call him the evil guy. And yeah, he's trying to become Shaman King. So he has to battle all shamans who are in this fight. And a lot of the friends that Yo battles, like a lot of the friends that he has are the ones he has to battle. Either he has battled already or he will most likely have to battle to become the Shaman King, because that's what everyone's goal is, of course. Yeah, so like that's a major part of what happens. So on the first 32 episodes, it's basically the journey of like there's like any tournament, there's preliminary rounds and there's like round 1, round 2, round 3. So 1 through 32 is basically the first round. It takes you through like the people who have to battle. He has to get 2 out of 3 wins to be able to stay into the tournament. And it takes you through like his wins and losses and the people. He befriends, I think, 3 of his enemies in the first season. And yeah, so he gets enough to be able to go into the tournament, of course. And towards the end, I don't know exactly which episode, but they start going like after he become friends, his enemies like Yo, Lenny, and Rio, and some others, like they go on to the journey. And they're in like the desert and they're trying to find their way to the hidden place where the tournament will fully take place. And they have to find their way. It's a test to find their way to this place on their own. No one gives them any hints or secrets or anything. So they're on their way here, and then towards the end, I think around episode 30, either 29 or 30, they meet another person named Lyserg. And he's very strong, but he's just going out trying to attack random people, trying to find who's strong to go defeat the evil guy. The evil guy got to his family as well, and he hates them. He absolutely hates them. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave off for that, is that they meet Lyserg, and Lyserg kind of becomes part of their group. That's the thing with Yo. Yo accepts anyone. He accepts anyone, no matter what. Even if you were going and trying to kill you, he will accept you. He tries to turn your heart around, and he accepts you. So I'm going to go on off of this and go on to other things. Like, so I'm going to say, like, my likes and dislikes about it. I don't really have any dislikes right now. I love the anime, even though I'm rewatching it just to have the review, to have it fresh in my brain. Yeah, it's honestly it's a good anime. What could be better? There's not much I think it could be better, but there's one thing that always nags me every time I watch it, is where this, like, say a person appears and I don't know where they met him or how they met him, he just appears and like, hi, I'm in the group. I think that's actually towards the later ones. Whoops. It's okay, I'll explain more about that later. But sometimes there's random information that you have no clue where it took place or what happened, and you're just like, oh, hello, okay, I guess that's new and nice to meet you, and I didn't know that was there. So one of the things that I like to think about in anime is the hidden meaning. I always think there's a hidden meaning in any anime. And when I was in high school, I wrote an essay on anime and like why people should stop calling it cartoons and why parents should let kids watch anime. To me, there's always a hidden meaning. And for Shaman King, I think the hidden meaning is don't. The big one, I guess, is don't judge a book by its cover. Say like take Lenny for example. He was bad to the core. He wanted to kill you, but if you think back and look at his family, you can see why he was like that. It was not really a choice. It was how he was brought up. So you take your time to talk to the person, get to know the person, realize who they are, and then in the end when you figure it out, then you realize that this person isn't really that bad. He just had a different understanding of life, and you help try to teach him how to think of life in a different way. And then you find out that he's actually really loyal and he's a good person. And then I think another hidden meaning is to not really give up. Always look forward. That's my motto in life as well. I think that's probably part of the reason why I take such a good strong liking to Shaman King. Always look to the light. Don't, even if you're in a dark place, even if you feel like you can't win or life is against you, always look into a brighter place, because in some part of the darkness there's that aspect of light that is shining and waiting for you to find it. And I believe that there is no darkness without light, as there is no light without darkness. This is a motto I stand by always. So those out you reading and listening to this review, don't give up. Okay, there is always a light in the darkness. You just have to find it, even if it's small as a piece of grain. Don't close your mind off. Keep your mind open always, and that is one thing you will learn in this series as well. So I think that's gonna be it for this review. Tell me what you like and dislike, what you would like to hear. I am up for improving myself, as this is my first video. I will post a link of where I watched Shaman King. Hopefully you're in a place where you can actually watch it. And let me know what you think in the comments. Any other anime you might want me to review, I will look it up and watch it for you. And then I'll put my own review in it. Depending on how long it might be, it might have to take me a while. For example, I have 2 toddlers. So sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to get to a few things. But I will try my best and get back to you as soon as possible. So I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, whichever one you are watching this review. And I am signing off until next time to finish my review. This is Shaman King, part 1. Have a good day, or night, or morning.